it's quieter, it's smoother, and it's arguably more refined than the gas-powered Ford F-Series. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford. Today we're talking about this awesome 2024 F-150 Lightning XLT. Let's dive in. This is an all-electric version of the venerable F-Series, the best-selling vehicle, the best-selling pickup truck in the United States, and it's been that way for decades. And Ford has an amazing all-electric version. And yes, in my opinion, in a lot of ways it is smoother, quieter, and more refined than the gas-powered F-Series. With dual electric motors, this version of the Lightning has a combined output of 450 horsepower, so this thing is lightning quick, no pun intended, very quick, very smooth. Since you don't have a transmission in the conventional terms with like 8 or 10 gears, this just has one gear, so you don't feel the shift shock or hunting around for gears like a conventional automatic transmission. And with electric motors, you don't feel the vibrations of an engine, so this thing is very, very smooth. It's quite a driving experience. I'm so used to driving regular F-Series. When you get in the Lightning, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's the same familiar functionality, shape, and form of the regular F-Series, but in a lot of ways, it's very different. And it is so quiet and so smooth. Wonderful place to spend your daily commute. This has a fully charged range of close to 240 miles. This is a beautiful example, only 693 miles at the time of making this video. We recently took this one on trade. For whatever reason, this was not jiving with the previous customer's lifestyle, so they traded in for something else. Luckily for you, if you're looking for a Lightning on the pre-owned market, this slightly used example of only a tad under 700 miles is still in near new condition, so why pay that new car price when the previous owner took that initial hit of depreciation? When you take a new car and drive it off the lot, guess what? It just became a used car. Someone already took that depreciation hit for you. So if you like the options and color combination, this thing is a great value. With a large battery pack, only a few feet off the ground, this has a very, very low center of gravity, so it handles better than a regular F-Series. You have a lower center of gravity, and this is the only F-Series that has an independent rear suspension. All the other F-Series have a solid rear axle. That independent rear suspension also makes it more refined and improves the handling and feel when driving this F-Series. This XLT has a nice upscale cloth interior, nice contrast stitching throughout, more contrast stitching and synthetic leather on the dashboard. Nice easy gear selector to use. Not a big learning curve like going to an EV like a Tesla or Rivian, where it's definitely a learning experience. You have to different functionality. This one works and drives, and the switchgear is pretty much the same as a regular gas-powered F-150, except it doesn't have a gas engine. It has an electric motor and batteries. You have this button right here, so the shifter stores into the center console, keeping everything flush and clean looking. You have this huge 12-inch infotainment screen. This one has navigation. You have this fantastic parking camera. You have an overhead camera, as well as this parking camera, great for your situational awareness. When properly equipped, this version of the F-Series Lightning can tow up to 7,700 pounds. This one has a completely digital gauge cluster with analog-style gauges, lots of information right at your fingertips. Leather-wrapped steering wheel feels wonderful in your hands. We also have power adjustable pedals, which is nice for people shorter in stature. We have a heated front seats, power driver's seat, really nice color combination. The charge port is right here. So you can charge off a regular 110 outlet, a 220 outlet. We have a charge cable and adapters for that. And then you can do DC fast charging. You can charge from about 15% to 80% at a DC fast charger in about 40 minutes. Not too bad. And sometimes you don't need to wait the whole time to charge to make it to your destination. Sometimes you can just charge for 10 or 20 minutes, and that will give you enough range to make it to your destination. We have a power frunk, and since there's no engine here, we have an enormous cargo area, about the same size as like a trunk of a sedan. There's the charge cable, so we have an adapter for a 110 outlet. The 110 charging is okay. It's going to add maybe 1 or 2 miles of range per hour. But what you're really going to want to do is set up your house up for 220 service, which is basically the same kind of outlet that your dryer takes. Any electrician can basically install that in your house, and you'll get a full charge in about 8 to 12 hours, depending on how low the battery is. The fully charger, the battery, from almost 0%. Is going to take about 12 hours off a 220 outlet. DC fast charging is not going to be a common occurrence for many people because most people don't drive more than 100 miles a day. The nice thing is your house is a gas station. It's like having an electric toothbrush. You When you're done using it, you put it on its charger, and then when you're ready to use it again, it's fully charged. You go home, you plug it in, you wake up the next day, and it's fully charged. So that's the beauty of having an EV. And us in the Pacific Northwest, we have some of the lowest electricity rates in the whole country, thanks to us getting a lot of our energy from hydroelectric. So we can even more so benefit from the savings of an EV. We have this nice power outlet right here. With lots of different connectivity, USB, USB-C, and then obviously the traditional 110 power outlets. Then you have additional storage under there as well. You also have a drain plug right there, a drain hole. So if you want to like put ice and drinks back there, you can do that. Really nice front end styling on the F-Series. It has this cool LED strip that runs across the whole front end. It really creates a awesome ambient look at nighttime. Whenever I see these things driving at nighttime, they look awesome. Beautiful color combination, great wheel and tire package. Being a four-door, it also doubles as a great family vehicle. You can fold the seats up for additional storage. It basically gives you the same, storage area. The seats folded up as like the rear storage area of like an Expedition. So if there's stuff that you don't want to put exposed to the elements or theft in the bed, that's a nice alternative. This one actually comes with a set of running boards that aren't installed. So if you want them installed, we have the set of running boards that come with it. If not, we can keep them. You can keep them, put them in your garage, sell them on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. This one, of course, is a tow hitch. This version of the F-Series Lightning with the standard battery pack has a tow rating of 7,700 pounds, fully charged range of 240 miles, and a combined output of 450 horsepower. So it's very quick, very smooth, very refined. And the other thing about an EV that people don't always think about when saving money is obviously people think about gas versus electricity. But the other thing that is not clearly obvious to many people is the savings with maintenance. These gas-powered F-Series pickup trucks over here are fantastic, but they have thousands of moving parts that require oil changes and other services, for gas, gas engines. With this Lightning, we don't have thousands of moving parts. We have dozens of moving parts. A battery and electric motor is fairly simple. It doesn't need oil changes. It doesn't have a complex coolant system. It doesn't have a complex emission control system. It doesn't have catalytic converters that can get stolen or fail. It doesn't require fuel system cleanings. It doesn't require a lot of things. Your biggest maintenance item on an EV is going to be tires. The rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward. You have tires, you have wiper blades, and cabin filters. That's pretty much it. It's almost like having an appliance. So EVs are going to save you money in maintenance. And brakes with EVs, thanks to regenerative braking, brakes can last well past 100,000 miles, sometimes 150 and 200,000 miles. And EV batteries are proving to be very robust. A lot of people think that, when are you going to have to replace the EV batteries? Well, it's actually turning out that EVs are lasting longer than gas cars. The average gas car has a life of about 150,000 miles, where EVs are now proving that they can last 200 plus thousand miles. There's some EVs out there with 340,000 miles on the original batteries, and it's just amazing how long these things last. So it's actually turning out that EVs are lasting longer than many gas-powered vehicles. So lower maintenance, less energy costs with electricity versus gas, and possibly a longer life cycle than a gas car. There's a lot of reasons for many people to consider an EV. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video, and have a wonderful day.